Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Well. Jamaal Bowman loss enrages liberals, left-wing commentators willing to buy our democracy. After he was projected to lose, Bowman accused AI PAC of brainwashing voters. And here is the response from the rest of the squad in Congress. You know, you got to have a certain set on you to accuse someone that you like that loses that their opponent uses PAC money. All the George Soros money that's infiltrated all the district attorney races across the country and has turned criminal justice into a joke in almost every major city. And these guys are whining about money coming from a PAC. Let's read on. It's good to see. I know of George Latimer. I am from upstate New York. This is mostly in Westchester County, in the bottom part of the districts in the Bronx. It's, I know of him. Let's take a look. Left-wing media pundits and activists are enraged. Let's try this again. Here's their... They're enraged after squad member Jamaal Bowman, Democrat from New York, lost his primary election on Tuesday, blaming the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, AI PAC, role in the race. This is the Jamaal Bowman that pulled the fire alarm to stop a congressional vote. Now, disruption of a vote like that is the same thing that many J6 people were charged with and spend months, if not years, in jail. The video is extremely clear. He took down all the warning signs, pulled the fire alarm. You don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to figure it out. Now, he later apologized and got a slap on the wrist. Oh, well, you got more than a slap on the wrist this time, Jamaal. One of the House Democrats to come out for a ceasefire last year is defeated. Former MSNBC host Zidio founder Hamdi Hassan wrote in social media, replaced by a new House Democrat backed by AI PAC who deploys racist dog whistles and refuses to criticize Benjamin Netanyahu. Congress just got a lot worse than it already is, Hassan said. Racist dog whistles. It's if you say something they don't like, it's a dog whistle or a different way of saying something that's racist. And there he is holding a chair, screaming and swearing. And it shows, it's funny how the media shows a picture of his rally with AOC, who's jumping around screaming like an idiot, that there was a ton of people there, 1,200, she said. Well, when you saw behind the podium facing towards the crowd, I doubt if there was 300-400 there, and I'm being kind in the number. Let's read on. Bowman lost to George Latimer in New York's 16th congressional district Democratic primary on Tuesday. Bowman, a member of the far left-wing squad Democrats in the House, accused the IPAC of brainwashing voters after he was projected to lose and argued voters should be outraged. Outraged they're using money in politics. They don't do that in the far left. They don't raise hundreds of millions of dollars through Act Blue and all kinds of crazy stuff. They don't do any of that. They don't take hundreds of millions of dollars from George Soros or any other far left billionaire. Of course they do. But they only get to criticize it when they lose. The defeated candidate stated, we should be outraged when a super PAC of dark money, dun, 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 can spend $20 million to brainwash people into believing something isn't true. Oh, my God, you got to be kidding me. Brainwashing people into believing something that isn't true. I mean, you look up hypocrite in the dictionary, it's got his picture and a picture of most Democrats on top of it. Yeah, I love that part. Dog whistles. That's like unconscious bias. Well, if it's not conscious, then it isn't biased. These people are nuts. Just got worse, by the way. Congress did. Bowman, who has been outspoken about his support for Palestinians amid the war in Gaza, and has charged that Israel has committed genocide. If Israel wanted to commit genocide in Palestine, they could have done it in 2 days, and maybe even one, but 2 days. 3 if they don't want to push it that hard. And just carpet bomb everything into rubble. That's genocide. They're going slowly and methodically. Yes, Palestinian civilians are being killed, but that is war. Ask all the Germans in the major cities towards the end of World War II. They screaming and hollering they're killing too many German civilians in 1944 and 45? Of course not. Has been outspoken of his support for Palestinians amid the war in Gaza and has charged that Israel has committed genocide, was targeted by roughly $14 million in spending by the American Israeli Public Affairs Committee, the deep-pocketed pro-Israel group that supported Latimer. It's not just that, you moron. Westchester County has a pretty high concentration of Jews, whether they be ethnic Jews or religious Jews. Now, religious Jews are normally conservative, so I doubt if many voted in the primary, because, or I should say, New York State is a closed primary state where only Democrats can vote in the primary. AIPAC bought another member of Congress. What is there, DAs? Dozens of them all over the country bought by Soros money? And these, you know, I hate repeating the same thing over and over, but you got to be kidding me. This is exactly what I have said. It doesn't matter what you think, Israel and Gaza, but whether you believe democracy should be sold to the highest bidder. Well, it's funny. AOC is worth what? $25 million now? Not bad for somebody who used to be a bartender less than 10 years ago. Today, it may be groups like AIPAC, but tomorrow, it could be the NRA and Big Pharma. Dun, dun, dun. Nothing in the world has brought in more money to Big Pharma than President Biden. I do have to say, in all fairness, I'm a Trump supporter. He was involved in the first part of it as well, but not nearly as bad as Biden. Oh, God. Oh, here we go. Big Pharma, crypto, Meta, Amazon, and the Saudis, etc., create their own AI packs, turning democracy into an auction where, yeah, wah, 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 wah. Oh, meanwhile, most of the political and media class in this country are celebrating the expected defeat tonight of one of the few members of Congress who had the guts and morals to speak out against this. Experts say Gaza is at high risk of famine despite increased aid to the north. Now, there's maybe a very good chance there's famine in Gaza despite increased aid. That means Hamas is taking the freaking food. Morons. It's incredible to me. It's incredible. It's like the college students burdened with enough debt almost for the rest of their lives from their college loans are blaming everybody but the colleges who took the money. Talk about Stockholm Syndrome. Bernie Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez supported Bowman and teamed up with the lawmaker at a rally Saturday in the Bronx. Yeah, you notice on election night, AOC is nowhere to be found. Maybe she had a dinner date. Maybe she had to go to the movies. We're going to slowly F AI PAC, the power of the mother effer, South Bronx, Bowman said at the rally, which was held outside of the congressional district's boundaries. Regardless of your opinion on Bowman, you shouldn't celebrate an interest group, in this case the AI PAC, and its big donors spending an historic $14.5 million in a primary race. Probably not the best for democracy. Yeah. Oh, God. Here's another genius. Congratulations to IPAC on their win in New York 16. proving once again that they're willing to buy our democracy if it means propping their far-right regime abroad. These guys don't get it. They don't get it. Say you were in Ilhan Omar's district, and it's very high Islamic percentages as voters, and you proceeded to say and pound the Islamic faith and any countries that are mostly Islamic, and do it continuously and criticize all their leaders if they were in a war. What'd you expect was going to happen? AI PAC money just helped. I'm sure it did. But there's two, as far as Ben Shapiro has a very simple explanation, and it may be too simple, but I think it proves a point. There are ethnic Jews and there are religious Jews. Normally, not always, but the majority of religious Jews are conservative people. And if they register to vote, it's normally conservative or Republican. Ethnic Jews, on the other hand, are the Jews that say in Hollywood in California that their ethnicity is Jewish, but they're liberal and always vote Democrat. And usually the ethnic Jews are a lot higher percent than the religious. So you've managed to tick them off as well. The ones that are liberal. Now, I know a little bit about George Latimer. He's considered a moderate, but that's a pretty low bar when you're talking about the progressive left. But at least it's a step in the right direction. Cliff Albright, a co-founder of Black Lives Matter, also took aim. Oh, yeah. Co-founder of, Black Voters Matter took aim. Moderate Democrats, some claiming to be pro-black, celebrating MAGA billionaires' ability to literally buy a congressional seat. Where the hell did you get MAGA, Make America Great Again people? This is incredible to me. Absolutely incredible. Literally buy a congressional seat. They buy all the DAs and other seats as well. They do it all the time. The black man with a mini mansion with racist tendencies. You get to call anybody anything you want to. It's not going to age well. Yes, it will. It'll age very nicely, thank you. But by all means, celebrate. I tell you the truth, I could care less one way or another. At least I have to listen to the idiot Bowman screaming and hollering on the floor of the House and arguing with Congressman Massey in the hallway so everybody could photograph it so he can get publicity for his campaign. A member of the New York Working Families Party, I'm very familiar with the local Working Families Party as being a local elected official. They boycotted my store because the Working Families Party headquarters is about a block and a half from my old business. Lucky me. And I used to be a moderate Democrat, old school Democrat, and they basically boycotted my business and forced me out. Between that and COVID, I sold my business and building in March of 2021. Had to. I know all about the Working Families Party. Reacted to Latimer's victory by suggesting the AI PAC's issues were popular. They wouldn't have spent $17 million to take out a public school principal. He used to be a public school principal. It's incredible to me. Absolutely incredible. I say that a lot. And I don't know why I'm surprised. It's right. AI PAC spent more money than ever spent in their history. It's Westchester County, moron. Tens of millions to defeat Jamaal Bowman because he dare call for a ceasefire. They bought George Latimer's seat. That's a dangerous undermining of democracy. Well, let me play her response. It's instructive to see how centrist liberals, there's an oxymoron for you, centrist liberals, instead of moderate Democrats or centrist Democrats, they're centrist liberals. That just means he knows that the party has gone so far left in the last 6, 8, 10 years that the centrist liberals are the whack jobs of 20 years ago. are trying to minimize what AIPAC is doing in the Bowman-Latimer race, where the lobby group has spent more than $14 million to make this the most expensive primary, blah, blah, blah. Denial is a big part of their ideology. How's that go? Denial is not a river in Egypt. Oh, God. It's just amazing to me. The Washington Post's Dana Milbank wrote a column on Tuesday that called Bowman the Democratic Trump. These people are nuts. This is a story of New York demagogues. Yeah, all the prosecutors against Trump are demagogues. You're going to be kidding me, right? Both men have a history of bigotry, bullying, law-breaking, promoting bogus conspiracy theories, engaging in obscene public rants, and playing the martyr, he wrote. Milbank pointed to Bowman's decision to pull a fire alarm while Democrats were trying to delay an important vote in the House, just disrupting congressional vote, which dozens and dozens of people sit in jail for January 6th, supposed doing the same thing, and all they did was walk in the building and look around. The evidence was clear. The video was there. Jamaal Bowman pulled the fire alarm and disrupted Congress. The building had to be evacuated. He doesn't go to jail. Talk about hypocrisy and a demagogue. You got to be kidding me. Of course, that's probably the main reason why this moron lost. And then he added insult to injury, siding with Hamas. He also wrote that Bowman, a former school principal, called the accurate reports of Hamas attackers sexually assaulting Israeli women October 7th a lie and propaganda. So he's managed to take many high concentration of Jews in Westchester County that were ethnic Jews and pretty much Democrats and liberals, and had him vote for the so-called moderate Democrat. When your own people turn on you, that means you probably did the wrong thing. Now, I'm praying that this is a small microcosm of what's going to go on. I'll show this moron holding up a chair like he's going to fight back. We're going to throw chairs at people. The small microcosm was going to go on nationwide. My understanding, in the latest poll, Donald Trump is only 8 points behind Joe Biden in New York State. Now, I'm an upstate. It's not as back crap liberal progressive as downstate in New York. We're a little more moderate up here and conservative. But it's just amazing. 8 points. And we know there's hidden Trump voters. There always is. There's never any hidden Biden voters. Because you're rewarded for saying, I like Biden. Yay, good for you. Well, I'm a Trump supporter. Boo. Where does he work so we can get him fired? Does he have a business? Let's boycott it. So there's a hidden Trump vote out there. But single digits in the state of New York? You gotta be kidding me. That's insane. Insanely good, but insane nonetheless. Yeah, they went too far. They have been going too far for a long time. That's why Biden sits in the White House. Now, slowly people are starting to wake up. But the damage these people have caused this country, and damage in the world, I might add, will take much longer to fix than the few years they had influence. For every year these morons are in charge of things, it'll take 3, 4, 5 years to come back from. It's incredible. And there he is, soon to be former Congress member Jamaal Bowman, Democrat from New York. Sorry, Jamaal, maybe go back being a principal somewhere. It's incredible. Anyway, folks, there it is. Tell me what you think. And until the next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.